Before the bells of liberty, before the stars and stripes, there were families dreaming past the horizon, searching for another life. Under the weight of distant crowns, where every choice had a price, they looked beyond an open sea and gambled everything on a different life. They sailed through storms toward distant shores with little more than faith, through blackened skies and restless waves, not knowing what would wait. They raised their homes from timber and stone, turned wilderness into fields, built little towns and meeting halls, and learned what survival means. Generations grew upon that soil, no longer looking back. They came as subjects of another world, but something here began to change. Whispers turned to voices, voices turned to cries. A people who had built a home would choose how they would live their lives. This is the birth of freedom, born from hope and sacrifice, from hearts that crossed an open sea to build a better life. Not handed down by kings and crowns, not given without a fight. A fire was growing in their souls, and liberty came alive. In candlelit taverns, whispers grew. The old world reached across the blue. Orders came from distant halls. They still believed these lands were theirs to rule. Then through the darkness came a rider, horse pounding through the night. From farm to farm the warning spread, stand ready, the hour has arrived. At Lexington the silence broke, at Concord smoke filled the sky. Farmers stood beside tradesmen, ordinary men drew the line. At Bunker Hill they paid in blood and learned what freedom costs. They could lose the field beneath their feet, but they would not let the dream be lost. No longer bound by distant crowns, no longer ruled by fear. The dream they'd crossed an ocean for was finally drawing near. The spirit of '76 was rising everywhere. This is the birth of freedom, born from hope and sacrifice, from hearts that crossed an open sea to build a better life. Not handed down by kings and crowns, not given without a fight. A fire was growing in their souls, and liberty came alive. Philadelphia held its breath, candles burned against the night. Men gathered around a simple page, knowing that those words could ignite. A quill touched ink, a hand began to write. No crown would own the soul of man, no throne would grant his rights. We hold these truths, the room fell still. Names were placed beneath the cause. A people who had once been subjects now declared themselves to all. On the 4th of July, the words went out across the colonies. They rang. A nation had not won its freedom Then came the snow of Valley Forge, bare feet upon the frozen ground. Hunger, sickness, bitter wind, still they refused to turn around. Across the Delaware they moved, through darkness, ice and rain. Year after year they carried on, for everything they'd sworn to claim. Then Yorktown heard the cannon fade, and silence followed thunder's roar. The army of a distant crown would rule these colonies no more. Born in ink, defended in blood, carried through the storm. The dream survived, the war was won. A nation had been born. This is the birth of freedom, born from courage, faith, and fire. From ordinary hearts who stood for something they believed was higher. From Lexington to Yorktown, through every freezing night, they built a nation on the promise that a people have the right to speak, to worship, to stand, to live without a crown. The spirit born in 76 still echoes through us now. Years would turn that promise into law, rights written down for generations still to come. Not because freedom's work was finished, but because the mission had begun. From those who crossed the ocean, to those who stood and fought, to every choice had a price. They looked beyond an open sea and gambled everything on a different life. They sailed through storms toward distant shores, with little more than faith, through blackened skies and restless waves, not knowing what would wait. They raised their homes from timber and stone, turned wilderness